on some different projects that I've got as far as that goes that are going to hopefully come together into one project. Just because I like being artistic and I also like making things that work. And I figure if I can put the two together seamlessly, I might as well try. The ultimate goal here is to make stuff that anybody who wants to can make, and also showing that everything that I make can be made in multiple different ways. If you've got a background in woodworking, most of my stuff can be made just with woods. If you've got a background in metalworking, most of my stuff can be made just with metals. What you're doing is you're taking a basic plan and you're structurally stabilizing it where it needs to be. I can show you where to stabilize it if you're going to be making that out of wood.
Hold on, I gotta download Epic Games.
If you're making that out of metal. If you're mixing materials, what you're going to have to deal with is different rates of expansion and contraction, and there's ways to deal with that that are pretty important, and materials that can assist you in that. I'm also somebody who spent time building stuff, being a construction worker, and then spent a lot of time out in the woods having to help build kitchen camps and get things running. Basically being the jack of all trades. I might not be able to fix something perfectly, but I'm the guy who can get it working again and again and again for at least a few minutes. One of the situations we had at the kitchen camp in Colorado was we had a generator that ran off the windmill, and the windmill wasn't going to stay on track because I'm trying to remember what they call it on a windmill. It's basically the drive shaft, though. And it spins. And it spins in a bearing. And it doesn't spin perfectly in the bearing on the smaller ones where it's attached to the teeth, which on a lot of them it's a belt. But when it's attached to a generator like that, it's a mesh set of teeth. But it's stupid. It's like on a bike, like a pedal bike, those kind of teeth, and it slips all the time and it wears way easily and it comes apart. So I was able to fix it on multiple occasions by putting some bungee straps across, and then I would adjust them and grease them, and hopefully that would hold for a bit. And it would usually hold for, 5 or 6 days. But of course the thing is spinning, and it's also not spinning as fast as it should because it's got tension on it. And it's also still going to burn through. And eventually you get a bungee cord that goes flying across camp, and that's scary. We tried it with shirts, where we took shirts and we twisted them in a rope and tried doing it that way. We had tried it once with fishing line, and that was so much of a hassle, so much of a mess, we didn't finish. Ultimately, what needed to happen is they needed a new drive shaft, and because they hadn't replaced the drive shaft with something that was straight, or at least tried to straighten the drive shaft, which I was instructed not to do because it would be impossible to get it back together. No, it wouldn't have. It was 4 bolts at the top that are for taking that apart. I've done it before on that model. But when people know better than you do, they're going to tell you they know better than you do, even if they don't. And if it's their stuff, you just have to let it run its course as they're born. But when they're throwing a tantrum in camp because they want it fixed, sometimes it's best to be diplomatic and make sure that you keep the peace. Fix it at least well enough for now. And that did make him happy. When I fixed it well enough for now, I told him every time that it would just be temporary. And I also let him know when he had the suggestion that we use bungee straps, because I was telling him I was thinking about using bungee straps, but it was probably a bad idea. Even greased, it was going to wear down, and it probably wasn't going to keep tension proper. And also the fact that the rod was already warped, those weren't going to keep it warped, keep it unwarped. Those just kept a little bit of the warp out of it, enough to keep caught. And you know, over time that wore it down enough that it needed the drive shaft actually replaced, and it definitely needed all the teeth and the gears replaced. I guess I'm done entertaining myself for now. The sun just came out. It's been the first time in a few days. I'm going to take some of my bigger stuff back out to the vehicle. I only brought it in to show it to you and compare it side by side. And of course, show you my template and what I'm working with. The blue tape, I can use a piece of that 10 or 15 times before I have to replace the piece. I'll show you what I mean. This piece right here, it's holding all these together. This piece will hold for a good 2 to 3 months. If I don't need to use these, I can just set them aside for 2 to 3 months. Now that the sun's starting to come out, though, I'm going to set these in the sunlight and try to get them sun-baked, and that way it'll help to hard set them by getting the moisture out, that last 10%. All right, you know how we end these videos. Good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.
Alright, so in that video about Dan, which, by the way, I like Dan. I also like Shannon. I think Rick is a piece of shit, but I like him too. I believe that in the right position, in the right conditions, they are capable of quite a bit. That's the problem, though. These people are in their own positions and not mine, so it's difficult for them to understand it. I just had an argument with a human rights activist, civil rights activist. I'm a human rights activist. She's a civil rights activist. She had a bunch of shit to say about homeless people. So I start telling her the statistics, and she's like, that's a cop-out, and that's an excuse. I'm like, no, they're not cop-outs or excuses. They're statistics for a reason. It's because they happen. So, if you're driving to work and you blow a tire, is that an excuse or is that a fact? In my opinion, that's a fact. Now, as I was making that video, I was searching for cigarette butts because I'm addicted to tobacco. I have an aluminum foil pipe that I made so that I can smoke my tobacco. And a man saw me doing that. He's been there before. So he gave me a cigarette. Not just a cigarette. There's 4 more in here. That's somebody who, number 1, understands homelessness, and number 2, understands addiction to tobacco. I probably should quit smoking. It's a lot easier to quit smoking under situations where you're not stressed the fuck out. For me, trying to explain to a person who's never been homeless how the homeless are treated, while she's saying some very ignorant things, and I can't type the word ignorant, because in today's day and age, that's an insult. It's not meant to be an insult, it's the truth. When it comes to nuclear fission, I am ignorant. I will tell you that I'm ignorant. If I'm talking to you about nuclear fission or nuclear fusion, I'm talking out my ass. And when you ask me a question about it, and I give you an answer, I'm guessing. Because I'm ignorant. So if you call me ignorant because I say something that is incorrect, should I take that as an insult? No. Oh. There used to be something here. It's a set of stairs. Right across the street, there's a church. Now that woman who is spouting her ignorance, well, she's not a bad person. But she's a civil rights activist, which means that she probably fights for either minority rights or women's rights. That's the difference between myself and a civil rights activist. I fight for human rights. I think that we should all have equal rights. Now, on paper, we're supposed to, right? But in reality, do we? No. No, we don't. In reality, there are certain things that women get special treatment for. There are certain things that black people get special treatment for. There are certain things that white people get special treatment for, and there are certain things that males get certain treatment for. This is where special rights comes in. Special rights are something that I am 100% against. We need to give black people free shit because they're black. Well, that's stupid. See, this is a poverty issue. I think it's pretty messed up that a black man who grew up in a rich family in Beverly Hills, California, gets special rights because of the color of his skin, whereas his poverty level has more of a bearing on whether or not he should be receiving that. See, people with a good start, a better start, have a better chance. And that's a fact. When somebody starts off the way that I did, they don't stand much chance. Now for me, when I got up to my dad's and I saw him driving a Hummer H2, that's what he picked me up in. Was I proud of him for that? No, I wasn't. I looked at that and I thought to myself, you know, me and my older brother did not get a decent start because of shit like that. However, my dad did give me a Jeep. I tried to give that Jeep to Tabby and Graham. Most of the time, I'm kind of okay to drive. When I say kind of, well, it's a lot of time thinking to myself, and the more time I spend by myself, the more time I dwell on the fact that I can't see my loved ones and how much I miss them. How much I miss Miss Peaches. How much I miss Natalie. How much I miss Maddie. How much I miss Pierre. I said a lot of really mean things to people, but you know what? There's a reason for it. It's so they could understand how I felt from a first-hand experience. When you treat me like that, you don't like it when I treat you that way back, do you? Of course you don't. So why would you do it to me to begin with? When you assume the worst in me or the worst in my situation, and I try to explain to you that you're wrong and you get all butthurt about it, and then I go out of my way to assume the worst in you and your situation, well, do you have a right to be pissed off at me for treating you the way that you treated me? Also, there's the name-calling thing. Ignorant. If I call you ignorant, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I try to steer clear of that word because you turn into a butthurt little asshole. I'm not allowed to. You're allowed to be angry at me. I'm not. Rick is allowed to be a butthurt little bitch because I showed the truth. And he's allowed to remain a butthurt little bitch to this day. Now, Shannon Alvarado saying, I never did anything to you. I never did anything wrong. I've never been nothing but nice to you. No, that's not true, Shannon. Go back and listen to our messages. Listen to your voice messages to me. Now try to think about my position and how that made me feel. You are absolutely right that you and Rick and your arguments is not my business, and it's not anybody else's business, except for the fact that I was in your household, and it did affect me. You got to see how it affected me. And you got to see that I was quiet. I did my best to try to be as upbeat as I could, given the situation. Now, every single night, you said you would help me, and every single night, I end up listening to you. When it's your turn to talk, I let you talk. When it's my turn to talk, I have to let you talk. Now, the first few times that we talked on the phone, I just basically had to listen to you talk nonstop about other people. You said you would call to listen, and then you just talked nonstop about other people, mostly yourself. I needed you to understand the situation, but you made no effort at that. I didn't realize it was because you were an alcoholic. I assumed that you were on meth. Now, when I was there is something that I noticed. I noticed that there is no meth paraphernalia anywhere in the house. It didn't smell like those chemicals. Obviously, you're not on methamphetamines. I got a pretty big fucking schnoz. I can usually smell that shit. But the other thing is that Shannon has never been homeless. Now, Rick, he was scared shitless. Most of their arguing was Shannon saying, do you think Rick's taking advantage of me? Do you think Rick's taking advantage of me? This is what she'd ask me in front of him, because she's drunk. A couple of semis going by. I don't want to be really loud because I don't want you guys to think that I'm screaming at you. Because people tend to turn into butthurt little bitches over that shit. Now, Rick, his argument was that, hey, you asked me to come help you with your daughter. I'm here to help you with your daughter. You said you would help me pay my rent if I showed up and helped you with your daughter. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing as you asked me, Shannon. So then her argument was that he was always on his phone. Meanwhile, she's always on her phone. That's hypocrisy. And that right there is the moral of the story for this video. Hypocrisy. It's okay for you, but it's not okay for others. And almost everybody that I interacted with was that way. See, Rihanna and I, we were supposed to help each other. Then the situation with the children showed up. Well, all right. We will do our best to help take care of 2 children that aren't ours. But at the same time, she offered to help. I showed up to help. And she was going to help me as well. And the situation made it so that I could not help myself. It's very complicated. Here I am trying to keep my word to Miss Rihanna, and she's changing the rules and treating me like shit because I'm like, hey, you're not keeping your word, Ray Ray. But I wasn't an asshole about it. I didn't throw it in her face every day. I carried on, and I did the best I could for those children. The problem is that, well, what happens if I turn Ray Ray in? I end up homeless. Oh, there's a police officer. I end up homeless. The kids end up in the system. That guy was going pretty fast. Probably an emergency. It's nice to see the flashy lights because it usually means that they're not after a homeless person. Now here in Virginia, Bristol, Virginia, I have not seen any homeless people. That's not to say they don't exist. The guy that I'm staying with told me where the homeless people stay here, and I haven't seen them. I don't know exactly where the area is that he told me about, and I forgot the names of it. Plus, I don't know which general direction it would be. Here's another officer. He's probably going to take a left. Yep. He's going where the other one went. But I also got to see the major meth area around here. It was pointed out to me. Sean, you need to stay away from this neighborhood. This is where all the meth heads hang out. Me, I'm intelligent, and sometimes I can sit down and I can speak like this. Most of the time I'm freaking the fuck out. Now that woman with her ignorance listened to me speak. She actually listened. She didn't understand the homeless part, but she was able to understand other parts because she's a civil rights activist. That's pretty important. Dan Fabert is not a bad person. He's ignorant. The situations that he was commenting on, he was ignorant of. Same as Darren O'Connor. See, Darren O'Connor accused me of things that he had no right nor place to be speaking about. Sure, he's entitled to his opinion, but at the same time, he passed judgment on me without finding out both sides, without taking a look at both sides. He just assumed. And that's rather disgusting. Your money doesn't help. Your words do. And because people took so long to speak their words, it cost me a lot more resources, and it cost others a lot more resources. A lot of these people expended resources off and on for the last 2 years. If they had spoken up way back when it first happened, it would have made a difference. The way that the homeless people are treated in the United States is disgusting. Now, even cop haters, when it's between the cops and the homeless, they just assume the homeless person's guilt. I'm used to this as a homeless person. A lot of homeless people are. Now, I don't just have to deal with the ignorance of people when it comes to homelessness. I also have to deal with the ignorance of people when it comes to someone who grew up in the system. When it comes to PTSD. When it comes to autism. Now, me personally, I thought it was just PTSD. I really didn't want the autism tag, and I knew from discussions between two doctors who, well, they were heated enough I thought they were going to come to blows. You know, I really didn't want that tag. I didn't want the autistic tag. I saw how people were treated. When I finally went to get diagnosed, the reason that I did it in specific is because of the way that I was treated by Maddie Boa's meth head friends over rumors that Maddie started, because of rumors of things that were untrue that were said by Alicia Bollinger. Now, the stalking thing, did that come from Alicia? Did that come from Natalie? Or did that come from their mother? It doesn't really matter who it came from. The fact is, it's not the truth. If you guys look at the stuff that is messages between myself and Natalie Bollinger, and myself and Alicia Bollinger, you realize that we were friends. I wasn't stalking them in Virginia. We were friends. Also, after rereading it, it occurred to me that Natalie probably had not let Alicia know that I was on the way. there's a lot of stuff in that situation where people can't remember a lot of the stuff that I say, mostly because they're talking over me, but also because there's so much of it. And that's the same thing with me and Natalie, and me and Alicia, and me and many others. You can't expect me to remember every single detail, but I remember enough of them, and that's important. The problem is, without somebody standing up for my rights where it mattered, nothing decent was going to come of this. I want my life to end every day for a reason. There's a difference between being suicidal and trying to commit suicide. The way that I am treated when I admit that I'm suicidal makes me commit suicide, attempt to commit suicide. I want an honest chance. I want hope. And every person who gave me hope procrastinated until I had none. People would offer me help, and then they would procrastinate until that help was no longer valid. And I say procrastinate because they could have done something. With the way that Miss Shannon treated me the last time around, yeah, she basically ignored me until she realized that I was about to leave state because she hadn't kept her word. And she ignored me after treating me like shit, by the way. Her and Rick both. Rick has a bad habit of picking up her phone and pretending to be her. But he also has a bad habit of picking up her phone and, well, being an asshole. I don't need him to be an asshole. He's not willing to help. I know this. So that's why I go to Shannon. Now, a lot of people, they had the right intentions. They had good intentions. But when it came down to actually fulfilling their obligations, and are they obligated to do these things? Are they obligated to keep their word? Well, that all depends on who you are and what your opinion is. If you give your word, are you obligated to keep it? When you give your word to a disabled person and you don't keep it, and they waste their resources believing you, and then you want to throw in their face the resources that you spent. Well, what resources did you spend and why did you spend them? I needed Miss Shannon to keep her word, to write a report about that bullshit with Kara Johnson Miles. That was unacceptable. She should have never been allowed to put any of her bullshit in court. Also, I should have been allowed to show evidence of what was going on. Officer Brian Valenzuela made sure that never happened. Ken and Leah wanted to play victim. Well, that's fine. You know what? I lit their truck on fire. I actually lit the road next to their truck on fire, but the fact is I did light a fire. But I admit to it. Am I going to apologize to them for it? No, they never apologized to me for stealing my money. Don Bird never apologized to me for assaulting me. You know, it was a combination of Ken and Leah ganging up on me and screaming at me in the kitchen, along with Don Bird, and her assault against me, that resulted in me leaving to go to Miss Peach's. I was overwhelmed. I didn't want to take Ken and Leah to court. I didn't want to call the cops on them for stealing my money. I wanted to get help. I just wanted to get my money back. That's all I wanted. Now, if they hadn't stolen my money, I'd have been able to use that money to go back to Nebraska. However, the only reason that I wanted to go back to the place in Nebraska is because Ken and Leah stole my money. As soon as I was in a subservient position where I was easy to victimize, they victimized me. And I kept on hoping that Ken was going to keep his word, but he never did. And Jeff Ritter never came through. Kara Heller used to give me rides to the places that I need to go, such as my appointments. But after what happened to Natalie, they had to walk in pairs and couldn't give me a ride. For obvious safety reasons. Something that Darren O'Connor spoke about. Darren O'Connor is a pussy. That guy's a punk-ass little bitch who passed judgment on me and then did not like being judged himself. Now, everybody judges, but it's the passment of judgment that is really truly the wrong thing. A lot of these people that I spoke out about, it's not that I never judged them. A lot of them were like, you know what I like about you, Sean? You don't judge people.
On the way.
No, I do judge you, but I accept you.
Moving.
When you passed judgment on me, you were showing that number one, you were not accepting of me, and number two, you had made an assumption. The problem is, when those assumptions result in other people being harmed, you have done something severely wrong. And I am going to pass judgment on you for that. You don't like fair and equal treatment. I get it. Alright, so this one is on sexual predators and turning them in. I have screenshots from Amy Witcher about her husband molesting her daughter. I have screenshots from Rachel Klang about her dad beating on her and her sister molesting her. That's just a small portion. I also have same thing from Natalie, although that's actually a male predator in that particular situation too. I was going to try to focus on the fact that there are so many female predators. Sexual predators, that is. Maddie Boa had a sexual relationship with Alicia Bollinger, according to Maddie Boa anyway.
Hold a moment.
Maddie Boa also coordinated to accuse one person previous to me,
We should keep
a
moving.
man by the name of Brian Townsend. She accused him of being a rapist. Where have we heard that before? See, that's the thing. Some people just like to stir the mud, like Cara Mia, or Cara Rogers, I should say. I should use her real name. And then Kara Johnson. Now, I got that evidence from against Kara Johnson from Shannon Alvarado. She was playing head games. Most of those screenshots I actually have saved. I got lucky. When I was in Cheyenne, Wyoming, I want to say the second time, when I bought the new computer, I got all of the stuff onto those flash drives that I could. And I transferred them over to this computer.
You are good in a fight.
I've been having difficulties with all of that, but there are quite a few predators in there. Mostly I focused on Natalie's case and the people who were involved in that, and the people who I associated with
The god of schemes can see every
prior to Virginia, while I was in Virginia, and up to her death, and then after her death. And I need to organize it into those specific categories. As far as the predators go, there's a lot of females who told on their predators, and guys usually don't. We're not supposed to. It's not acceptable. Plus, we're not men if we admit to it. So most men don't come forward about it. I had to break a lot of cycles. When Natalie died, that was the albeit end all. I'm gonna try to go through, as I'm writing my story, of course, I'm grabbing out screenshots so that I can block them according to which category they go in, what period of time. And that way, when I send them out to the news agencies, they will be able to read my story and see where each of those pieces go. Now, mind you, my story is probably 2 to 3 novels long, easily. And that depends on what you consider a novel. These would not be short novels. So a lot of these women who claimed these others were sexual predators, I'm aware that some of them are not actual predators, that there's a portion of them that these women were trying to get something out of me by making these claims. Some of them, they might have wanted me to help them move, or, you know, whatever the situation may be. Some of them, they may have just hated that person at the time and been angry, and that's a tool that makes it difficult for a man to have a decent life after that. When you accuse him of something like that, even if he's acquitted, there are always people who are going to have their doubts. This destroys a person's life. So by making it public, well, that makes it so that these women have to come forward. Not literally, but Rachel Klang, if your sister molested you, it's documented, and, well, there is no statute of limitations on child molestation. You should keep that in mind too, Andrew Witcher. Now, because it's public, the victims have a choice. They can come forward and make America safe from these predators, or they can come forward and exonerate the innocent. Although there might be a few of these people who let their predators go by saying no, they didn't do it.
You will never escape my realm.
And that's not really going to coincide well with the screenshots that I got, because my screenshots are their words. But we'll have to see how it happens. As it turns out, there's a lot more people protecting their predators than I had originally anticipated. I don't mean on my Facebook or my YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of people in my Facebook that I didn't take their screenshots of all of their stuff, because basically they explained why it is that they did not turn in their predators. And that'll take a while to go through all of those. Like I said, I wasn't focused on that. I was mostly focused on people who were actively involved. By actively involved, I mean not just people sharing their stories or asking questions. I mean people who contributed either monetarily or time-wise. And people who were actively involved in threatening, harassing, or stalking me. See, Natalie accused me of stalking her, but that's not the facts. The facts are the other way around, and I've got the evidence in there and I'm writing it down. But also, Maddie Boa's history. Maddie Boa is not just a lesbian, she's a man-hating lesbian. Go figure. Me and her became friends when she was underage. She's one of the few. Now, the thing about Maddie Boa is that
Prophet's cage should be just ahead.
she wanted the
Quickly now, we
set,
haven't much time.
as she called them. That's Natalie and Alicia.
The good news is we made
She
it
already
through
had
one
a
piece.
sexual
Prophet
relationship
looks
with
so hard.
Alicia before Virginia,
Not a bad
and
one.
she wanted to have a
It'll be up to
sexual
you to keep him safe
relationship
and get him back to Tamriel.
with
I'm
Natalie.
not going with you.
When we were going to go to Virginia together, she was pretty excited about that. She also had planned on going to North Carolina to see her family in November of 2016, and I was supposed to see her there. Now, I was only planning on being in Virginia until Natalie's leg was healed up, make sure she was all right. It was a difficult situation for me. I mean, I was not anticipating everything fucked up that happened. I wasn't expecting Moose to be in jail. Mahalia had moved from Richmond, Virginia, back to Boulder. I was supposed to give her a ride. Now, it was because Mahalia got on that airplane and went to Boulder that I decided to stay in Virginia longer than the 2 weeks I had originally planned. Also, when I went to Virginia, I originally planned on taking Maddie Boa, and I had planned on going to some sites, you know, like Yorktown. It's a pretty important part of the United States history, and any of y'all who paid any damn attention know I love history. That's where General Cornwallis got his ass handed to him by the Continental Army. Mostly a bunch of ragtag nasty fuckers who were led by a Frenchie by the name of, well, I can't pronounce his name currently. I'm going to work on that. But he was known as the Marquis de Lafayette. There's a lot of towns in the United States named after this man. This man is the reason we won the war.
Soon your world will be
Had it not been for the Marquis de Lafayette, we'd have lost it. What's the moral of the story?
Come, I will protect
Well,
you.
I'm willing to spend the rest of my life in prison to show the truth. I'm willing to spend the rest of my life in prison to expose the predators.
A moment.
Come hell or high water. The police did everything they could not to do that. Of course, there's a lot of police in Boulder, Colorado involved in child trafficking. You can ask Nancy Stopka about that. You can ask Mariah Johnson about that. You can ask Chelsea Aiken about that. You can ask Desiree Leonard about that.
Great Akatosh, dragon god of time, I require
These aren't the only ones. You can ask Christopher Weaver about that. Child trafficking in Boulder, Colorado is not a joke. They seek blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls under the age of 6. The younger the better, and the better the price. A blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl under the age of 6, the most sought after of all, can fetch a price of up to $1.5 million in Boulder, Colorado. Most of these children come from the broke or the homeless.
Indeed.
On this here YouTube, there's a lot of videos, but there's probably 100 hours or so worth of interviews with witnesses, including Miss Peaches. And Mandy Hughes was on here. I don't know if any of hers are still on. Then there's Brett, and Well, there's quite a few. The important thing to note about that is that these people really are my personal heroes. I want to tell you something about all the people that tried to help me. Tell you something about Mandy Hughes. She claimed that she tried to make a police report on several occasions. The police wouldn't take it. Miss Peaches claimed that she tried to make police reports on several occasions. The police wouldn't take it. Erin Cockerham, same thing. Caramia as well. She's on there. There's a lot of people on there. I'm angry with the police for not taking my report, but also for not taking any of theirs. All of these people were trying to show the truth, and the police just wouldn't take it. Now, all of them, in my personal opinion, went above and beyond as far as everything else went. The problem is, without them reports, I can't do shit. They needed to write those police reports. If they had written those police reports, I already knew that the police weren't going to take them. Any fucking idiot could tell the police weren't going to take them. But you know what? If I have those reports, then I can send those to the media, instead of a bunch of different people here and there and so on and so forth. If I have all those reports, then I can send them to a lawyer. I'd like to send all of these interviews, but like Darren O'Connor said, it's just too complicated. That's because of the jurisdictional thing. The jurisdiction thing only worked one way. The Bollingers were allowed to do whatever they want across the jurisdictions. The Kellys were allowed to do whatever they wanted across jurisdictions. Their friends were allowed to do whatever they wanted across jurisdiction. The police were allowed to do whatever they wanted across jurisdiction. And because it's all across jurisdiction, I'm not allowed to show it in court. But they are. Yes, I'm suicidal. Yes, I want my life to end. Yes, I attempted suicide 5 times last year. Actual attempts. Why did I do that? Because of the threats and harassment against myself and my loved ones. I could make a video about all of the things that Shannon Alvarado did for me. So, I'll try, but my phone is full of evidence, much of it that I can't get rid of. So it won't be a very long video. Unfortunately, Miss Shannon has done a lot. A shit ton. See, that's the thing. Despite my disabilities and despite her inability to listen, she did come through a lot. I went through a whole bunch of jumping through hoops up there in Washington State, and after jumping through those hoops, I got my vehicle stolen anyway. I've been trying for 3 weeks to get help. When my vehicle was stolen by those assholes, Shannon Alvarado helped me get it out. Now, Miss Peaches, despite the fact that she never wrote a report, she did a shit ton for me. A shit ton. She really went above and beyond. Mandy Hughes and Alyssa Rainwater, they tried hard. They really did. Their own personal problems got in the way. But they never wrote a report. That's what I needed from them. Katie Cahill, she taught me how to take screenshots on a computer. That was last November. Because of that, I was able to save a lot of evidence. Laura Nelson taught me how to take screenshots on my telephone. That was January 17th of last year. Because of that, I was able to collect a lot of evidence. Matter of fact, all of the evidence that I was able to collect between January 17th and when Katie Cahill taught me how to take screenshots on my computer, all of those screenshots that I took, I could not have taken without the help of Laura Nelson. Fuck, I think I'm getting an upper respiratory infection. I've been pulling out some nasty boogers all day. I'm pissed off at these people because they never wrote those reports. Time was ticking away. Statute of limitations and whatnot. Without their statements, these people were allowed to do whatever the fuck they wanted. Danica Garner, Shelley Campbell, Alicia Bollinger, Dalton Crawford, Officer Lolatai, Officer Burke. Hospital staff are dumb as fuck. An officer comes in and says, I think he's fucking crazy. And they treat you like you're crazy. Fuck you, I'm overwhelmed, asshole. Assisted suicide should be legal. When I was in Wyoming, you know how they got me? My political views. I argued with a nurse for about 20 minutes, telling her that I want assisted suicide legal. She used that to claim that I was telling her I'm suicidal. Now, the truth is, I'm always suicidal. I always want my life to end now. Ever since I left Virginia. Natalie was my last ray of sunshine, my last hope for the decency of humanity. She understood panic attacks because she had them. But she also had help in real life, people who actually cared about her in real life, that she could see in real life. People wanted to go do things with her, but you know what? When I was in Virginia, she wanted to do things with me. You know how that made me feel? That made me feel like $1 million. She invited me to Virginia Beach. That was, well, probably the single most wonderful day of my life. Just because she held my hand. Her and her sister invited me to Virginia Beach and came and got me from the Starbucks I was staying at and asked me to stay over by where they worked. Except it wasn't they, because Natalie didn't work there. Because she drove her vehicle into a telephone pole because I wasn't there fast enough. They invited me to the pagoda. That's where I found out about Miss Shelley. I didn't know Miss Shelley existed before that. Well, I did because of the email that Natalie sent, but like really, I didn't. That's what made her a real person to me. Listening to Natalie and Alicia trying to convince her to move to Virginia so that she could be safe from Ted Bollinger. You know, Alicia helped me to get a job at Labor Ready. And Natalie was trying to help me get a job at Vico Construction with her mom. She's not the only one. She's not. You know, that wasn't the only time she helped me try to get a job. She also helped me with Craigslist to apply for jobs there. You know, I didn't find out that those applications from Craigslist had gone through until I believe it was after Natalie was already dead. If I was to tell y'all all of the wonderful things that Shannon Alvarado did for me, it'd take at least an hour. If I told you all of the wonderful things that Miss Peaches did for me, it would probably take 5. Miss Peaches has been a badass for a lot of years. She's been good to me for a lot of years. I was talking to Brett. I said, you know, Brett, it sucks. I saved lives for a lot of years, and even people whose lives I saved threw me away like I was trash. I saved a lot of lives, Moose. You know what he said to me? He said, I know. I was one of them. Mandy Hughes and Alyssa Rainwater, I could tell y'all, between the two of them, I could probably fill an hour. But I could also, for each one of these people, I could fill 8 to 10 hours easily for each one of people who went out of their way to destroy what help they provided. Police officers, judges, public pretenders. There should be no such thing as a public defender because they don't do their jobs. If you get paid whether or not you win, you don't belong there. With Shannon Alvarado, she didn't understand. She didn't try to understand, though, so that's a point to be made. That her getting drunk and being like she was every single night, she didn't understand how that affects me. She didn't understand how that affects sensory overload. My dad, I could probably fill about 5 minutes with everything that he did for me. 5 minutes. My mom, I could fill 0 minutes with the help that she provided. My little sister, 0 minutes. My Aunt Mary, 0 minutes. My Uncle Scott, 0 minutes. My brother Rabbit, 0 minutes. My little brother Michael, 0 minutes. There's something wrong here, isn't there? I sent Colorado Donkey Watch about 80 hours worth of interviews and also footage of police interactions and people who were promising to help. About 3 weeks worth of people promising to help up there in Tacoma. Now, why did I send that to Colorado Donkey Watch? Well, because I haven't scrolled down far enough to see. I'm starting from the very end and scrolling back to the beginning. I've sent them about 60 videos so far. There's probably another 50 or so interviews on YouTube that I can send him. The computer that was stolen has probably an additional 200 interviews. Like I said, I've been busy. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean I'm not trying. And a lot of these people didn't want to understand that, didn't try to understand that. I am overwhelmed. I have crippling panic attacks, and I have to fight through them despite the abuse. The least they can do is write a fucking report. And a lot of them, they tried to get the media to help. Well, you know what? That works better if you work together. And that's what I'd been trying to get them to do from the start. Of course, Miss Peaches and Mandy Hughes did not hit it off to begin with. A lot of people didn't hit it off to begin with. I'm hoping to get down far enough to get Carmi's and send that to him. He says he's got a lawyer who might help, and although the lawyer that he said might help, I've already attempted to contact and been denied twice. That's because I couldn't send him that information. Colorado Donkey Watch, the only reason that I'm able to send it to him is because some of the guys last night on his Discord, that's a talk-to-speak thing for video gamers, they helped talk me through it.
Yeah, let's max the Savannah,
visual
yo.
reference right there in front of me, and
Let's max the Savannah,
you
yo.
can talk. That's what Discord is for.
Alright, I'm gonna try to get this
So they talked
fucking
me through it, and
two-handed
they had it
drop.
right there in front of me. It wasn't
This
me
two-handed
trying to
style
text
page
and interpret
that
it.
everybody talking about in the guild
People don't
chat and
text
shit.
that well. They expect you to interpret it.
I got a lot. So I got what, 5 accounts now?
People grossly misinterpreted things that I typed. Most of them did it intentionally.
So every day I can get. There's 2 more days left
The thing is,
to try to get this drop.
the police gave multiple
It's
excuses.
bind on pickup, so you can't trade it.
People were trying to
I just want to flex it.
The entire
And then
state-
every single
not every
time you
single
kill the
account,
boss, you
but
get a
every
purple
officer
box.
tried to
So each 5 of these accounts daily,
interview on
I
there,
can get a
all
golden
the
box
stories.
and try to get some more writ character or writ worthy characters for crafting.
Ramos said good things about it.
Them, because every single raid you do, you get fucking a box. You box it,
Fact is,
like
these are
cargo
not
box.
bad people.
You need the cargo box like Dexter.
Kenny Alvarado is not a bad person. Miss Peaches is not a bad person. Tabitha Michelle Cook is not a
Yeah.
bad person. Graham is not a bad person.
Bitch.
He's an idiot. He is definitely an idiot, but he's not a bad person.
Rashawn Schwartz. Right
You
here.
know, he really did do a lot
That boy.
for me.
Straight nude
He
neck
just didn't
row,
pay
bro.
me attention like he was supposed to.
This fucking outfit's sick.
He didn't do the job that he was paid to do. You know, I invested a lot of money into Tabby's household because of the promises that she made. Promises that she made.
Feeling on a Sunday afternoon.
I don't hate her for that. I'm pissed off. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, Josh is a lot like Shannon. He gets
Alright, I gotta
drunk,
get to
sometimes he's happy and most of
fucking
the time
place,
he's
bro.
dead.
Whoa. Oh yeah, I can meditate. Yo,
Overall,
check this out.
meditate most of the time.
It's the most useless fucking skill, dude.
It's probably about 50-50. Sometimes you get happy Shannon, sometimes you get sad Shannon. It's always emotional. I knew that Miss Peaches was not going to be happy when she found out about the videos. However,
Where's the
the thing I
Deadlands?
was pissed off about is blaming Crellius.
I gotta find a fucking portal.
This is a guy who threatened my life.
Usually there's one like around
He
here.
literally threatened to kill me.
Gotta run all the way around, try to find a fucking portal.
Meth dealer on the border. That's how they met. Don Bird was Ken and Leah's other roommate, the one who assaulted me.
I don't know why my
Ken and
shit
Leah are the ones who
disappeared.
stole my money before Natalie died. Jeff Ritter, that guy's a piece of shit.
Fuck that dude. Tara Heller, I'm not too happy with her either. You know, I was in the
Portal
process
War.
of trying to take Natalie Bollinger to court and Kenan Leah Plunkett to court. I needed help with that. And
There's
all
a
these
portal.
fucking people fell through. Every one
Let's
of them.
go. Let me in.
And then after Natalie was killed,
So apparently, if you kill the destroy the final boss 30 times, it increases the chance. Also, Fargrave Conqueror increases the chance of the style page drop. And killing the secret boss in this fucking tower increases it. Zera sucks, bro. He's fucking always dying, stupid noob. I gotta get more pieces for him.
It shows their wrongdoing to Colorado.
Heavy armor. Like he's back here taunting shit.
Those interviews and that evidence. Well, those officers chose to ignore it, and I've been trying to make a police report against those officers for a very long time.
You won't leave him alone, bro.
I needed help. I don't know shit about the internet. I'm learning slowly. I learned
There's
a lot
someone
faster
here.
than people show me. I learned how to do that Discord thing. Probably 10 minutes. I learned how to take screenshots from Miss Laura in probably 2 to 3 minutes. I learned how to, well, that was on my phone. I learned how to take screenshots from Kid Cahill in probably 10 minutes. And it was all in typing. And I was making it difficult. And I also just kind of got lucky. I pressed the print screen button. I didn't know what to do with it from there.
Burn.
She walked me through it.
Get an ice staff, nice.
I needed these people to make reports, and they all procrastinated.
Oh, do one more arena. Fuck, that's about to end. I could just run a normal arena, man. If anybody wants to run Vet, Dragon Guard, whatever it's called.
If you can't get the police to take that report, then send it to me.
Damn.
Send it to the media. If you send it to me, I'll send it to the media. It's a pretty fucked up situation. So, I've sent all that stuff to Colorado to watch. I'm gonna send it to Tony Kovaleski too. Not that he's gonna look at it. Not that he's gonna give a shit.
So the hidden boss is right here.
Send it to his lawyer.
You just run into these 4 dudes quickly. He spawns right in the middle and you kill him. You get an achievement.
Do something about it.
I think I already have this. No, I didn't kill this thing 30 times.
Now, there's a lot of people who
There's
accuse
no
me of
fucking
doing
way.
things that I didn't do. Darren O'Connor accused me of slandering his name. So you know what I did? I slandered the fuck out of his name. Although actually I can't consider it slander because it's the truth. However, after that court date that I was prevented from going to, both of those court dates I was prevented from going to.
Damn.
Shelley Campbell, Alicia Bollinger, Rose Kelly, and Danica Garner accusing me of things I didn't do. You're damn right, I got on there and I did those things. Not all of them. But I sure as fuck harassed. If you're gonna go to fucking court and lie about me, and I'm not even allowed to defend myself, I am prevented from going.
I wish this character was a DK, honestly.
Alright, so, This is the woman who outright lied in courts. Of course, it was easy for her to do. I wasn't allowed to show up to dispute her charges or her false accusations. Now, she sent me a very threatening...
There's nobody
message.
here. There's just one person here.
I'm
Oh,
about
wait,
tired
two.
of this.
Hello.
See, she could have decided to be an adult and face me like a man. Now herein lies the problem. Her threatening messages aren't pleasant. I threatened to take her to court. She's saying, if you even look at me outside the courtroom, I'll take it as a threat. Fuck you, bitch. Nobody's threatening your life or your children's lives unless it's Ted. Now, I'm not going to stop speaking out, not ever. Not ever.
Ever.
See, here's the thing. I was prevented from having an honest day in court because of your slander. Now, you claim that you blocked me several times. You did. You blocked me twice on Facebook. You blocked me once, and then unblocked me after claiming that I harassed you. After having a court date where you were supposed to have, well, what? It's alright for you to harass me, not alright for me.
I'm still in combat, bro.
So you harassed me for help. You lied outright, repeatedly. Now, the second time that you blocked me, it's because I was harassing you. Because you don't belong on my Facebook. You should have kept me blocked the first time. You should not be spying on my Facebook. You have plenty of spies already. I speak out.
I gotta change it.
You know this. You can
Oh
spy
man, there's only
on
fucking
officers to
one
prevent
person
me
here.
from having an honest day in court.
I'm gonna get fucked up.
I was assaulted over 30 times over the lies by you and your family. You're damn right I'm gonna speak out. I was assaulted by officers over the things that you said. You're damn right I'm gonna speak out. Kiss my ass. If somebody goes missing, is abducted, it's one of the parents. Every time I come into Walmart, I take a look at the
Every time I come into Walmart.
children.
What the fuck?
This is Charles Bossler Jr., William Bossler, Charles Bossler.
He's so fucking obsessed with this shit.
These two boys were abducted by their dad. This woman here was abducted by her dad.
Evidence.
How many people are abducted by their dads every year? Missing children ain't a joke.
Oh, it's gonna take forever, man. It's
These
two
are actually
people.
human beings, human lives. Now, when a parent steals a child, it's not as big a
Oh,
deal
there's
as if
Ted,
a stranger
dude.
steals that child. When
I'm sure more people will come later today.
Miss Shelley and Miss Danica tried pulling their bullshit, and Miss Rose tried pulling hers. You know how many times they had asked me not to contact them? 0. They just blocked me, which is fine. Now the big issue is them playing victim.
Bro's just standing in the AOE, like, what the fuck?
Threatened, harassed, and assaulted me.
He keeps attacking the main boss.
Their lies resulted in the general public assaulting me and law enforcement assaulting me. Yeah, I'm gonna speak out. You're goddamn right. Now, Miss Shelley and Miss Danica saw so fit as to unblock me so they could spy on my Facebook. As if they didn't have enough spies already. That's the thing. I need
Spy Schwartz.
I need people going to these groups, take screenshots of the slander and the harassment and the frame job. I got a little bit of it, but not much. People just didn't understand why. It's because it's evidence, stupid. That right there is the reason that people were assaulting me. That there is the reason that
And
people
I
were
didn't get it.
threatening my life. That there is the reason that law enforcement went out of their way not to take reports from anyone, including Miss
Peaches, aka Kale Cruzio. They refused to take one from Aaron Cockerham. Refused to take one from Carl Rogers. Now these people's friend, Kara Johnson, was exposed by Shannon Alvarado. Shannon Alvarado finally tried to make a report to the Wyoming Police Department while I was there. Who? Oh, happy day. So I just got taken in for another suicide hold, which is kind of stupid. They took me in voluntarily, so I walked out voluntarily. I'm not suicidal because I need fucking drugs. I'm sick and tired of these mental health assholes. I really am. I need a lawyer. I need my evidence back. And that's what I'm after, an honest day in court. Now when it comes to Shelley, yeah, well, she accused me of something I didn't do. So now I'm doing that because she doesn't like it. I don't care. If you're gonna falsely accuse a man and destroy his life with those lies, you gotta counter it. That's the truth. And I'm sticking to it.
Oh yeah.
Alright, apparently I pressed the button without pressing play. So,
What is this shit? Books?
somebody goes through the things that I've gone through, and they need legal help so that they can improve their quality of life and actually have a reason to live. Well, here's what they do. They take you to the hospital. Makes you look crazy. Then they tell you, here's some drugs. And then they have you go see a therapist.
Okay.
A therapist is not going to help me. The drugs are not going to help me. This hospital is not going to help me. What they're supposed to do is
Seals.
having services here. Well, I'm in a hospital. This is not what I expect. I expect you to fill out some paperwork, maybe get a physical. I don't know.
Oh, I got that staff.
I
That's
was
fucking sick.
expecting a physical, believe it or not. I was expecting to fill out paperwork for the services that I don't need. I don't need a therapist.
8 rosin. I have too many rosin.
When
Awesome.
somebody wants their life to move, there's a reason for it. Your first protocol should be to find out what the reason is, instead of wasting it.
These are useless when you can use
the
the.
hospital visit, the
And
therapy
you can just
visit,
jump to somebody's home, search for
This is
homes.
a bunch of stuff that doesn't improve my quality of
This
life
sucks
at all.
because this pulls a different weapon out.
It just wastes my time. It
That's
wastes
ass,
your
bro.
taxpayer dollars. But all of it.
They need to make it so it pulls out your weapon.
More of your money that you work for. More of that nurse's money right there that she works for.
Shapeshifter 55. Shapeshifter 55. Okay.
Probably is invested in the hospital.
Interesting.
Probably makes a profit off of your being. Or you for that.
That's the Epic Games
See, the
account.
problem is that when you're suicidal, you want your life to end. They do things that make you even more suicidal. Give you drugs that make you suicidal. Make you look crazy, which makes you more suicidal. Me, I'm trying my best to steer clear of that whole suicide thing. The problem is that I can't get the help that I need. I can't get the help that I need to stop the abuse. So here I am sitting in the hospital with the rumor pretend that I was trying to kill myself. No. I set up an appointment to go see these Highlands people. And apparently you have to do all that through the hospital. So I'm pretty confused by this whole situation. I'm supposed to be, what I thought, was filling out paper for outpatient treatment. Instead, they drew my blood and had me kiss the cup. I just got here from California. Feel like I didn't pee green. Although honestly, I smoked a lot more weed in Colorado than I did in California, so it probably won't show up. But it's been about really successful. The other thing is, Because, see, here's a lot of the things they do that make it so that somebody who's homeless is unable to get services. This place is 15 miles from Bristol, which is where I'm staying. So in order to get here, I had to get a ride. Imagine that. This is rough. An officer by the name of Frost. There's another officer too. Let's see, I've got their names here. Officer Frost and Officer Bostic. Well, Officer Bostic stayed there and Officer Frost stayed right here. Is that really necessary for somebody to have to travel 15 miles to do this? They were talking about taking me to the hospital in Bristol, Tennessee, which is closer. The problem is that the services there are all Virginia. And I'm trying to live here in Virginia and get everything set up here. It's a big giant pain in the butt. My biggest problem is we should be killing people. We should be killing bad officers. By we, I mean the people of the United States of America. And by should, I mean by historical accuracy. Not by my own personal opinion. Me, I believe in killing people as well. I also believe that putting people in the hospital is is wrong. I believe that when somebody is having a crisis, maybe you should deal with the crisis. Maybe you should invest your money, your taxpayer dollars, into whatever that issue is. Now this hospital visit right here probably cost American taxpayers, well, since they're billing taxpayers,
Come on, man.
several $1,000s. And then there will be the $70 to $210 per hour for the therapist. And of course I'm not going to take the drugs. I don't need them. But if I did, we're talking about some of those medications are up to $2,000 to $3,000 per prescription. And then we're talking about the average person taking 2 to 3 of these prescriptions. So now you're talking about how much money? That's right. Enough to get 5 people unhomeless. However, it's not about helping people. It's about helping the rich. It's about lining the pockets. Now I'm glad that these people all have a job and they have job security design.
666.
But this is completely asinine. I've been through much worse, however. I've been in and out of the hospital 5 times for being suicidal before I came here. And the problem is that none of those people did anything about the underlying issues for my life to end. Now, there's a big difference between wanting your life to end and attempting
This
suicide.
dude's a straight up fucking G. Yo, my phone updated like 30 fucking times, bro, and I'm not getting notifications. People's names aren't showing up when they call me. It's ridiculous.
Are written into law as if you hear these words, you have to punish this person by doing this. This is our criteria for this. Well, with all due respect, that criteria is written into law by people who are invested in getting money out of the taxpayers. They're not invested in improving anyone's quality of life.
Dude, what are they doing to my phone, bro?
I gotta let y'all go. I have myself an EKG. Oh, an electrocardiogram. That's forward. All right. Well, I guess we'll get back to the medical consultation. I will continue to speak out until it kills me, or I get an honest day in court. Being victimized by the police, having so many officers involved. See, for you guys, when I exposed Lowitide, I got treated like I deserved it. But there are a lot of people who broke the law by not coming forward with what they know. People like Darren O'Connor. I want my life to end because of all the abuse that I have endured, all of the hell that I have gone through, the people I love that I can't see, the assaults that I've endured, all because the police didn't want to do their fucking jobs and the volunteers didn't want to be honest. For an entire year before Natalie died, I tried to get help. I tried to get help. I kept getting blown off and blown off and blown off and blown off. I need help. Not treated like shit for asking. Not treated like shit.
Wait, what is this visit on the 16th?
I didn't ask them to steal everything from me, and it was stolen. It was all stolen after Natalie died because of what Lolatai did. Because of what Lolatai did. I had to spend all of my money going to court date because I spoke out. I was abused by further police and by Clearview. Clearview is not the only place in Colorado where police will take you when you try to speak out against police. There were 3 other people, at least, in Clearview who were there for speaking out against police. The blue line of bullshit needs to go down. These officers need to be required to wear body cameras on at all times
there is
while on
not
duty.
enough space to leave a message. Goodbye.
What was done to me by Amanda Balehash, the Secret Service, the FBI, and Officer Brian Valenzuela. These are 4 different agencies, all in the same room with me, all at the same time. Officer Valenzuela stole evidence. That evidence was in Boulder County. Evidence that shows that the Boulder police did wrong. Evidence that I was trying to show Amanda Jonas. That's specifically what that appointment was for. To show that to Amanda Jonas and to get my vehicle back. She lied to me to get me there in order to fucking harm me. In order to lie and omit evidence of her wrongdoing. Officer Amanda Jonas was involved. You fucking pieces of shit. That assault at the hospital in Longmont, Officer Amanda Jonas was involved in that. All of these officers lied and slandered my name to protect other officers and themselves. Amanda Jonas was one of the officers that was there that day. Officer Amanda Jonas. She was one of the 4 officers when I was in my vehicle sleeping, waiting for the police to show up so that I could force them to take my report. I was hoping the Secret Service would be there. But no, these people got to slander my name, and their slander was allowed in the courtroom and mine wasn't. I was there to make a report against them. So with every one of these services, they always ask if I have any family in the area. My family doesn't give a fuck. That's why I'm so easy to victimize. Obviously, if my family cared, they would have done something. They would have listened. They would have taken a look. But my family are a bunch of selfish bastards. My dad didn't care. For 22 years of my life, he was not a part of it because he didn't care. Going to my mother for help resulted in me getting stolen from and incarcerated even.
To 5 stocks.
See, that's the thing about my family. They're drug addicts and abusers, and I needed protected from them growing up. I was in the system growing up because of their drug problems. So when these places ask if there's family fits, there's 2 things that the system looks for. Is your family care? And are you homeless?
If you're homeless,
I'm gonna come in here on fucking lower level character, I think.
you're not homeless because you're an addict. You're not homeless
The
because
second level, bro. Fuck it.
you're homeless because you're easy to victimize and because it's too expensive to get up and out without help. When you have disabilities, that just makes it easy.
Our
for you to be
achievements account wide,
victimized.
right? Yeah.
Physical disabilities, people look at and go, oh, well, that's messed up, he's in a wheelchair. But mental disabilities brought on by years of abuse,
Fucking
they
bring
use
Sean
that
up
to
in the
abuse
mix.
you further. They use that to generate free revenue. And it's not free revenue,
need to get Sean
the
up.
taxpayers pay for it. Now, I've literally called hundreds of places trying to get help.
Nah.
Hundreds.
I wonder if I should get Zerathar. Fuck.
None of
I
them
gotta
have
get a
helped me.
follower with me. Fuck.
They want you to fill out paperwork so that they can get free money from the government. Many of them are
What do you
federally
get him?
funded. So you guys
So
are paying for
there-
hundreds of
there's-
services that don't help people. And then many
Where
of these services
is
require that you expend resources in order to get their services.
Reaper's March.
So you need those resources to get those services. You need someone to work together with you.
Reaper's
Those
March,
people
all the
to
way
work
south.
together to help you.
Reaper's
Many
March.
people that I thought I was working together with, it ended up I was helping them. And that's all. Because it was never reciprocated. And for somebody
This is my
who
fucking
is
necro
disabled,
werewolf,
they're on
bro.
the streets, they need help. All the people that I thought I was working together with took advantage of me. From Josh Hughes,
I need to cut my hair, bro. I'm about to go bald like Sean. Fuck. Come on, man. There's a new necro on the loose. Look at this little motherfucker. Hello. This quest is really good, actually, if you get into it. Sean Schwartz. Look at my evidence. Look at his evidence. It's a pretty short class. Might as well do it. I'm following. I can't see shit with all these fucking pins. Get that fucking drop, boy. Order's Wrath.
Crazy guy, you know what he's been doing? Dragging me to the zoo to look at tigers. He says he's gonna buy one now. You do that, and you might not have any friends left. Not that you have any now, but you're gonna like a tiger, man, aren't you?
You gonna drive around with a tiger in your passenger seat, Tony?
Maybe. Some lady.
somebody's nightmare.
So weird. I think it's 2 more dungeons. Shit. Zoomer is going out to the meat grinder for Israel. Imagine Zoomers in war, bro. I wonder what they're doing. Making TikTok videos and tanks. Boy, bae. I think I'm gonna die for Israel today. Take a 40mm to the face. Then they get erased. Leech off the government. I'm gonna be the biggest fucking leech when I get disability, bro. I'm gonna spend like half of it on fucking kratom, cigarettes. You gonna pay me, boy? Oh, open the portal, son. Back in the shit. Look at this motherfucker, bro. He built. Look at that. This is the quickest companion quest. Like literally, like I'm towards the ending. You just run in here, kill a fucking boss, and you got him. I hate how you have to fucking redo it on each character though. It's a pain in the ass. I figured I'd take this character to the place I'm trying to get a style page and just level it. It's pointless having a fucking level or max level character there. This dungeon's like one of the best places to level. Hey, where the fuck do I go?
You know what you two listen to your wife?
Oh, I gotta talk to somebody? What the fuck? You fucking asshole, man. Hey, look, Chico. Chico, get the yo, man. Hey, Chico. Where you get that scar, Tony? I'm eating a pussy. What the fuck you think? You could take me there. You could put me there. You can. No, I can't say it. Do it. I can't do his voice. Fuck you, man. There you go. Go. I need the subclass so I can get a fucking speed bonus from the assassination skill. I gotta get this drop, man. This event ends in 2 days, I think. When this event ends, I think I'm gonna play fucking Fallout New Vegas, because fucking Moose is playing it. And I'm getting an itch. I just gotta fix my mod list. Shit. That's it. And now you go. Took like all but 10 minutes. Subclass real quick. Rift. Ah, fuck. Get TP to the house. Old Mistvale. Old Mistvale. Filter. Yo, what's up, brother? We on the new Necro. What you doing, bro? Bing. I wanted to pay you, but I got scammed by the. Oh my god. Did I do something for you? I don't think I did anything yet. That's fucked up. I can't stand people, bro. Like. This is you're from Houston? Oh shit. That's fucked up. I don't know what's going on anymore with people, dude. This. What'd you do? Set up a mix or something? Did you set up something to mix and you just fucking took your buddy? One-handed. That's fucked up. Yeah, dude. Bro, this shit's giving me a headache. You hear this? It was only $20. Yeah, still. Oh, look at this. I got a fucking werewolf. I've been fucking since this event dropped. I've been doing them. I freestyled for like fucking 9 hours straight with DJ Stalin. That's all I've been doing is fucking freestyling. I don't feel like reading. I wrote probably like 8 bars in the past, I think 10 bars in the past like fucking month. Augments your light attacks to gain a bleed, and your heavy attacks deal damage in the cone in front of you. Reduces your damage taken, grants you a new minor courage, and summons 2 direwolves. Oh, that's kind of dope. Wow. Fuck that dude. Oftentimes, if you pay through if you do like, unless you paid him physically, if you pay through PayPal, through goods and this is how I ship shit. When I fucking ship a product, like someone buys something off me, I'll fucking there's buyer protection. So if he didn't get the product, you can request PayPal to reimburse them. So PayPal like pay you back. That's what I always. I don't know if it's different for fucking something like that. I'd imagine it'd be the same. This is why I'm working on old songs. I got a new song. You're from. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like paying through goods and services is always the thing that fucking people do when they buy stuff off me. I was supposed to ship a controller, but I guess the guy backed out. Cause I don't know like shipping price right now. Like I can't. So oftentimes when I show up there, they pay me ahead of time, and then I just send back the difference, especially when I don't have any money. Word. was I looking for? Food. Get food. That's right. I want his family dead. Fucking sample some fucking Sopranos and shit, bro. Fucking fuck them up. Ooh. Bro, I need food, bro. In the game and in real life. Oh, I do got food. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do this for 2 more days. Then fucking start playing New Vegas or something. Deadlands. No way. Oh shit. I'm a little cigarette. I shipped a guy a mic and he broke it. Like, it should be one of my mics. I'll probably think about it. I'm really contemplating against. I got some mic. But that's your part is. So I get technical AT 2035. Yeah. I'm saving. I need I'm saving for an interface. That's what I should have got instead of a monitor. But I'm selling a bunch of shit on FB Marketplace. Yeah, I need some RT. Yeah, it doesn't matter, bro. I'm trying to figure it out. There was a guy here that my friend knew that he grew up with. Like, this guy I knew online since like 2018 on a rap forum. He knows a fucking guy that works, that lives here, that hosts like fucking raves and shit. And he gave my friend like his interface and mic. And I got a hold of this dude and was like, yo, if you ever have equipment to sell, like, let me know. But he said you don't have anything, so. Word. Yeah, I'll give you the money. I'll give you like fucking $80 or something. This guy, like, traded my old mic that I could mute and re-enable, and he gave me like 5 pairs of fucking headphones for it. And so I'm selling like 2 of them. Because one of them is really good. Like better than my fucking $100 pair of Sony's. Like way clear sound. So I'm selling headphones. For instance, audio box. Hell yeah. That's all I fucking need, bro. That latency shit is so fucking annoying. Like, even though it's not bad, it's still like noticeable. And it fucking discourages me to do anything. Because I know everything's gonna be slightly misaligned. Even by like, you know, a couple milliseconds. Fucking irritating. It's a full home state. It can get started. And it do it'd probably be a while. It'd probably until I start selling shit. I'll let you know though. I'll send it through PayPal. I know how to load the cards now. I just hate fucking Facebook Marketplace, man. It's either like the person shows up instantly to buy it, or like they bullshit you for like weeks on end. And like it's either one way or the other. Like there's no in between with fucking trying to sell shit. Portal. Appreciate it, dude. My fucking eyes going sideways. Get download the driver. Yeah. It's the inbox too. I'm just gonna find it. Word. Then I don't know if I can use my USB mic in it too. Probably can. I don't know. Alright, it's saying different shit. Hell yeah. I'll send you 80. I'll let you know. Yeah, it's just fucking hair pushing through it too. So I'm looking to redo like all my old shit. I want to redo all my fucking old tracks. Whoa. Hello? Hold on. My mom just called real quick. Yeah, but if you want better quality, you can upgrade the mic. It's good, but it isn't perfect. Yeah, as long as I can record, you know. Yeah, I gotta stop blowing money on shit I don't need. I could have got the interface a long time ago. But I got over $300 of shit on my fucking Facebook marketplace, dude. Like, it's just like, I need to continuously keep reposting it. So fucking someone gets it. It's nuts. I got no skills. Bro, that shit didn't drop nothing. Give me till the weekend, it'll be good. I just gotta wait. But, yeah. I'll email you my address. Or I'll just fucking message you. I'll just message you. Just might as well wait till get the money. See, I'm not getting notifications from anything since I updated my phone. Here's my full docs. Like, people message me and I I guess you could just put my fucking whole name. Okay. There's my full docs. Dude, I'll fucking dog. I'll give you 80 and fucking mix your shit all the time for free. I sent you my address. Check out my Facebook. I keep having to like open apps to see shit. What's the price of, how much does this shit cost? Yeah, but I did need a second monitor, man. There's so much shit going on. Now in FL I can like drag shit to the other window in FL. It's crazy. This new boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to use that shit. Word. And I found my mic stand. Same, bro. It's fucking. I'm always in my room. We got a whole attic that's like really soundproof that I recorded a lot of stuff in. That's probably where I'm gonna record from now on. I put a bed up there. Well, it was up there. Put a fucking bed up there. Need them soundproofing pads. I'm using, dude, you should try Grok AI, like the Grok app. Put it on expert mode and it fucking like tells you so much information like you wouldn't even think of. Like I was looking up like how to completely eliminate latency, and the first thing it said is like you need an interface. But then it started going down a list of like other shit I can do to like minimize it. So it's even more or less noted. It's weird because I never got latency like back in 2016, 2015 and shit. Like I could completely hear my voice every time I stack. Let's go. Ew. Be the skittles in a room when I bring them to your tomb, to the room. I'm zoom like a cold. I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna fold. I'm on Sean Schwartz, only all on my necromancer against the bingo. I don't give a fuck, go ahead and sing. I'ma get it. Inbox. Is that 24-bit 48K USB? USB power that allows for high portability. Hey bro, I literally could have fucking got this when I was... It's ridiculous. Bitch, I'm a queen, bitch, I be mean. When I get up on Sean Schwartz, you know I'm clean. Take a bath, then I take a sand, and I laugh. Ha ha ha. I don't give a fuck, I'm on a slab. Put your body on a slab, bitch, I'm on a fucking slab. Eat a fucking interfacing crash. Ow. Leaving my house, not an option. Leaving my couch, not a problem. Whoa, somebody get me off this bed. I don't give a fuck. Need to get some head. Come on.
Come on, Cash. This isn't how it works. Get out there and kill someone. And now the whole sorry cycle of violence repeats itself.
Yeah, if I can't pay you like in a week, on the 3rd, I'll just borrow money off her and then pay her back when my stuff sells. Cause it's gonna sell. It's fucking brand new, fucking headset, and I might do the controller too. And like I don't know if somebody offers me something good for my computer, I'm gonna sell it. And then. Because I really want to keep my fucking computer, my second computer, honestly. Oh, fuck, I can build a yo, I literally have another computer I can build, bro. Saw that shit. I have a fucking Dell, like a Dell all-in-one. I could just put an SSD in it and it'd be fast as hell and I could sell it. And put a fan in it, and I think it needs a top fucking of the case to close it. Somewhere here. Alright, bro. I hope this shit drops on the lower level here. Oh fuck, I'm gonna die. Heal me, bro. Somebody heal me, please. Heal me. Oh my god. Fuck. Damn it. Steven. Just get it on the left. If you look at the video where she's like ranting about Geico being Mossad agents, you can see like, yeah, she old as hell, bro. You heard that fucking AI rap? I didn't even write it to a beat, and it fucking it like somehow managed to make it hit the beat. It's kind of weird and scary. Yeah, I'm building a third PC. Fuck this shit.
Little aliens from outer space. They forced their way inside your bodies.
Oh my god, I'm getting messages. Oh my god, dude, I'm finally getting notifications. Let's go. There. shit. It's so weird. Like, I had so many chances to fucking get it, and I never did. You know? I just kept doing random other shit. I can't even talk right now, man. I'm fucking tired. As I'm doing this, I'm gonna see if I can find a thing to turn that computer on. I might have to sell that main computer. Nah. She'll do it for me. Oh my god, what is this? Can I still get the style page? Yeah, bro. Bro, I think I took out the CPU and fucking... Bro, this all-in-one has no internal fans. This all-in-one has no fucking internal fans. This is concerning. You like it? You like this? You like it? What's up, bro? Yeah, the song's going perfect with the stance right now. Wish I could take the camera down more. He looks more like Jesus. He does the crown of thorns too. It's fucked up because he's a werewolf and a necro. It's like the totally opposite. The antagonizer. I thought about the antagonizer instead of the agonizer. Oh shit. Check this out. I got that eye. This reminds me of that Morrowind mod I have. The eyes, or the glasses. Literally have the same fucking thing in Morrowind. The little dwarven thing. It must be lore friendly or something. I'd heard about the alien city of Miss Karkan, but I thought it to be a bard's fantasy made up for songs at the fertile respite, right up until this bit of sparkle come across my counter. Little wonders never cease. Unless that's so. Oh shit. Fucking them skulls. I could probably kill this thing like fucking 50, or like 30, 35 times or something. So I got fucking tired. My transfer. Yeah. Help. Heal me. It's pointless, I have no skills unlocked. Oh, come on, bro, please. Fucking set of hexes. Dealing critical damage grants you damage shield. Okay. I think this used to be meta. I'm gonna try to start this. It takes like a fucking. Don't even have a power supply. Oh yeah, Inspiron 3646. I think I've ripped out the CPU. found the power supply for it. Nah, this shit don't work. It can't work. I think I ripped the CPU out. Don't know why. Why not? What the fuck? I'm gonna unplug this. Okay, I got a minute. I'm gonna unplug this fucking second monitor and start plugging this thing. Start a fire. If it boots, I'm gonna lose my mind. Pretty sure it has no CPU. No way this fucking thing boots. It has no fan. It has no internal fan. Nah. Nothing. People have done this for like 8 hours straight, never got it. Yeah, this thing will not boot, bro. I'm sure I ripped the fucking CPU out. I'm gonna ask Grok AI if that's a fucking CPU or not. It's on, bro. Like. Rock. I'm gonna ask a computer if a computer is missing its heart or not. Tortured girl. Ah! It's on, like, is this missing a CPU? know what that fucking thing is. There's like a. This is my CMOS battery. No, it's not missing anything. Holy fuck. Yeah, I got a whole PC, bro. So, for browsing and shit, probably YouTube. This thing is not. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Turn it off. CMOS battery and now it's not turning on. I took something out of it, bro, because it ain't turning on now.
It's on the same color pussy. Roll a little purple while I let the purple slip.
Just fucking all-in-one fucking laptop like PC. It's like a tower, but it runs off like a laptop cord. It started, but didn't display anything, and then I put a CMOS battery in, and then after that it didn't start at all. Now it doesn't start at all, like even when I take it out and I reset the CMOS. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it. I found it on the side of the road. It was working like years ago, like in 2020. blowing the power button's on. Oh fuck, it's booting, man. What the no fucking way. Get the fuck out of here. It's on. That doesn't do it at all. Maybe it needs a system fan. turns on but doesn't show anything. Maybe it's the RAM? Wait, this fucking thing works. Two DDR rooms, bed seating. This thing's cooked. Turns on, how is it managed? The shadow green. What's going on in this shit? 45 seconds.
No one escapes.
Looking videos relax me.
Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar. I have to ask you guys an honest question in the comment section below. Are you, any of you guys watching like mobsters, terrorists, criminals? You know, are any of you guys like people that have like something serious, something criminal to hide? Is anybody watching this video? Tony Soprano? Is anybody watching this video? Like, you know, Solomon Lodge or something? I'm going to wager that the amount of people watching this, you know, just law of numbers wise, not a whole lot of people are actually criminals. But I'm going to ask you a question actually after this. Do you still want to be private? Do you still want to communicate to somebody and not have people looking into your conversations? I think a vast majority of people watching this video enjoy their privacy. And the reason why I started this video off that intensely is because I actually do think that we're on the final verge. And I've been saying this for months, but it's gotten really bad to the point where it seems like more and more of these insane age restrictions are passing. It's actually getting to a point where it's so bad that, like I was telling you guys months ago, I think by the end of this year, the internet as we know it is going to be vastly different. In fact, just the ways we communicate to each other, the amount of mass surveillance on us is going to change to a point that it's irreversible and it's going to peek into every aspect of our life. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a Canuck. I live in Canada. I've lived in Canada almost my entire fucking life, okay? I'm an immigrant. When I came over, basically what, like a month or two old? So yeah, technically I am from the old country, okay? I'm from the old Indian side of the world. But I spent most of basically all of my life as a Canadian person. And in my country, you know, if you look at the politics of my nation, we're a very left-wing country. The Liberals are super duper liberal. In fact, the most right-wing Canadian party are basically just a bunch of libtard by American terms. Anyways, though, I'm not here to talk necessarily about politics. I'm here to talk about what's actually coming. So there's been a new favor in restrictions, and actually it seems as though that the party that kind of runs Canada, and for the most part, this would basically be any party, because when we talk about age restrictions and mass surveillance, it's actually something that both sides are totally okay with, okay? You know, you want to talk about, you know, are the people who prefer smaller governments okay? I mean, in America, you had the party of small government pass shit like the Patriot Act because they wanted to stop things like terrorism in their country. So it's bad all over. But anyways, in Canada, what's kind of been happening is there have been resolutions, and the framework for this is being set for months, by the way, years even, where the minimum age of 16 for creating social media accounts is going to be a pretty real thing. In fact, it's not just social media accounts. According to the government, all AI chatbots and other forms of AI interaction are going to be thrown in. Now, you probably heard about the wild stories of people who converse with chatbots who end up going through actual AI psychosis. And I don't mean to downplay this. There's been cases of minors who've ended up taking their own lives. Yes, actually ending their own lives because an AI chatbot basically convinced them to. And in some cases, the company behind the chatbot is like, well, we didn't know any fucking better. It's supposed to be an entertainment tool. Ha 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 ha. There have been cases where prominent individuals have murdered their moms, okay? Actually killed parents, actually killed other human beings because an AI told them to. And the AI company involved is like, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. You know, sometimes it does. It's a little quirky bug in the system. So, through a lot of factors, there have been actually legitimate reasons for people to look at social media and look at a lot of this AI stuff. Maybe we should put a fucking like age restriction. Maybe we should put a stop on it. And to an extent, I'm not going to sit here and say it's entirely unworthless, because that would just be very unfair to the nuance of the topic, right? Look, when I go to a bar, they ask for an ID. I mean, I haven't asked for an ID in a long time, ever since I got one of these. The IDs have basically been non-existent. I guess I look old enough that, you know, beyond 21, I could order me a good old Jack and Coke. But, you know, you go to a gas station, you ask them for a pack of Sickies, and they're like, shit, here you go, that'll be $21. Not an ID asked. But, you know, they do, right? Because the minimum age, at least in Canada, is like 19, 18 if you're in the French side, and 21 if you're in the United States. And generally in these parts of the world, they'll ask you for an ID when the person feels that you're kind of on
How many ice stabs am I going to get?
So yeah, that's, I think in a lot of ways, when a bartender asks me to produce my driver's license, the bartender is not scanning my driver's license, putting that shit into a fucking registry, and walking away with it. You know, one time in the United States, there was a situation where I went to buy pot in the state of California. They were like, sir, do you want to make a profile here? I'm like, actually, no. Can I just pay you in fucking cash? And they were like, no, you need to put you in a profile. And I'm like, no, I don't like pot that much to be fucking put in the lists for it. So I understand the reality, right? I mean, obviously, you can't just give kids access to booze, tobacco, and all this crazy shit, right? You know, you want to walk into like a club that's for 18 plus, they're gonna ask you for an ID. So why shouldn't the same exist for a social media service? The reality is, to an extent, I guess one could say, yeah, it probably should have some limitations. Unfortunately, the internet is a place where the only way to, I guess, kind of do that, at least anybody can figure out, is to take a government piece of ID, put it through a database, and start logging each and every account. Now, obviously, I've explained the mass surveillance implications there, and I don't fucking agree with them. For anybody. I think if you're an adult and you're buying your kid an iPhone, okay, because remember, if the government considers using this to access Facebook as the same level of harm as, say, something like a cigarette or a fucking bottle of Jack Daniels, then maybe, just maybe, when you buy one of these phones, they should ask you for the ID at the fucking store right there. Hey, you need to be over 18 to purchase a cell phone, okay? Because this shit can be used to access some pretty spooky stuff on the internet. If you're a parent that buys your kid access to a fucking iPhone, I think at a level, if you're just giving your kids access to a phone and letting them scroll endlessly through TikTok and whatnot, almost called 911 by mistake, you should be fined, charged with child neglect, okay? That's the case. See, the problem with a lot of these fucking dog shit laws is the only way to enforce them is to build that registry. When you build that registry, it's just a bad situation because generally you're basically putting your ID and you're attaching it to every social media service you use, every search engine you use, and now when they talk about AI chatbots, a lot of people, instead of using Google, are now using ChatGPT to do every fucking search imaginable. Well, just accessing ChatGPT to do your searches now, if you're not over the age of 18, may limit your experience to actually accessing information that the government can just blindly set and arbitrarily say, yeah, that's not for minors, okay? That information is not for minors. So it started off with like governments banning like porn websites and everyone was like, oh, that's fucking cool. But then it evolves to any social media site, any avenue of sharing information. So it makes you kind of wonder, it's like what the ultimate goal of this is, whether it's to censor people or just to mass surveil them, because it sure as fuck isn't about protecting the children. If it was about protecting the children, the Epstein class would actually suffer some fucking jail time and start to be investigated seriously by any of these countries. Now, when I was looking at places like Idaho, they implemented they brought in new laws that actually did prevent things like digital ID from being utilized by a government entity. So this is actually bill number 1299, and you can actually see when they talk about this, government purposes and government entities, basically a physical, non-digital ID will always be required. Now here's the reason why this bill sounds really nice, because yes, they do talk about, hey, the government isn't going to be requiring you to produce digital IDs. But they didn't say anything about private social media sites, and they didn't say anything about private companies being the arbiter and the deciders of how they're going to be doing verification. So there's still going to be a registry, just for basically every other service you use other than something directly government related. Now I think that the only avenue to this, the only fix to this, is leaving the internet alone, the way that it's always supposed to have been, a free final bastion of freedom, and putting the entire blame and the responsibility on the people producing the fucking children that are accessing the internet. If you're a parent, it is up to you to parent your fucking child. It is not up to the government to come into my fucking life and tell me because you dipshits can't take care of your fucking kids that my internet freedoms are limited. Now the problem is, when they talk about this being for the kids, I'll show you a quick poll, for instance. This is a poll where people in Canada, for instance, support the ban of social media for anybody under 16. So you can see that a vast majority, 75% in this case, over 70%, think that, hell yeah, it's fucking great. And obviously, as you talk to children, the number grows where the children are like, actually, we don't really want our internet access to be removed. Like, please, can you stop? The reality is the arguments that they raise are things like, hey, what if kids are exposed to misinformation, cyberbullying, explicit content, negative mental health impacts, addiction? Yes, there are actual problems, and to be honest with you, these are real concerns, and that's why I wanted to talk about this with some very serious nuance. Yes, these are all actual issues. And again, the kids who are accessing the internet and seeing this kind of stuff need to have themselves be monitored by their parents. Parents need to sit down and talk to their kids about how much they use their phones, how much screen time they provide. Because the argument of social media being addictive is kind of half true because, yes, a lot of these companies like Facebook have been exposed with developing new technologies to psychologically, addict children into like feeds. But addiction is one of those things where anything can be fucking addictive.
Devastating.
Playing a video game, for instance, is very addictive to some people. Some people play video games fucking 16 hours a day. Should we as the government decide, okay, let's just put like a national time lock on every video game so everyone only has like 4 hours of game time a day to prevent addiction, right? Should we, there's so many aspects to this that you kind of look at and think, at what point does personal fucking accountability actually matter? When does it actually start mattering in this entire story? So to kind of look into this too, one of the reasons why I talk about why the internet surveillance situation is actually quite terrible is because I have seen in my life, and I've not lived a very long life by the way, I have seen in my life that the internet and when it comes to mass surveillance is usually used to just monitor and keep people down. For instance, it's a totally separate situation, kind of. But back when I was younger and at my first car, I had to get car insurance. You can't buy a car without car insurance. Now, obviously, when you're shopping for car insurance, it's a matter of who's gonna fuck me the hardest, okay? So you find the one that's the nice, somebody that kisses you on the cheek a little bit before they totally screw you. So I went to one car insurance company and they said, listen, you can save 15% a month if you download this app and run it 24/7. Now at the time, 15% was a fair bit for me, okay? It was like, hey, I can use that to buy groceries, I can use that to pay another bill and whatnot. So I was like, sure, I downloaded an app on my phone and it monitored my location basically every minute. So anytime I drove my car, it monitored how fast I was going, it monitored how fast I was braking, it monitored every single aspect. It checked exactly where I went to from point A to point B. Now at the time I was like, it's invasive, but I'm saving 15%. By the end of the month, I saved not even 1%. The bill was the same, except now this shitty company had my entire location mapped out. And the problem with this was that I don't know who they're sharing it with because their privacy policy was vague enough to allow it to share with anybody. And maybe they were using my location information to fuck me a bit on insurance because maybe I was braking my vehicle too hard. Maybe I was driving 10 kilometers faster in a zone, which everyone fucking does here, anywhere you drive, by the way. Maybe I was driving in off-peak hours, dangerous hours. It was like, when I decided to go through with it, I was like, man, they really are just monitoring me and giving me no benefit and just screwing me over the most. When you give ChatGPT and these corporations your health records, who's to say those health records won't be used against you when you're reapplying or getting your insurance down the road, right? Especially in America where this kind of stuff is very fucking important, right? If you don't have good medical insurance or you give these insurance companies a reason to screw you over, they can financially block you the rest of your life. Now imagine in a future on the internet where accessing any social media site requires you to provide your identification. That basically de-anonymizes every single platform. And I think one of the creepiest things in life is having every aspect of your life be monitored, especially now that artificial intelligence is basically around. And so, you don't really even need a human agent to watch it. You can just feed everyone's conversation into an AI LLM and have it spit out somebody's entire profile, key things to take track of, and so on and so forth. I think making statements, right, being allowed to freely speak is an important aspect of society. And I think free access to information is important. I'm not saying all minors should have access to illegal material or pornography, obviously not. But I think a minor having access to free information that the government doesn't arbitrarily get to decide is it mature or not is also important too. I think privately speaking to people is very important too, but also, we'll get to that in a second. When you talk about information and surveillance, anytime these companies have you pegged and pinged, basically it means that you are going to be scared to actually speak your mind, right? If you can't privately, anonymously speak about the government, about things that you feel are wrong in society, you know, is that really a future that you want to fucking live in, right? Like, you know, I spent my entire time on the internet. I started reading creepypastas on YouTube, and I was reading scary, spooky internet stories that probably would be banned underneath today's social media laws because they'd be too distressing for children, right? I guess kids couldn't access a little bit of fucking video games creepypastas. But then I started looking on the dark web. I started looking at darker internet mysteries. And the reality of it is that it was the freedom to look through that part of the internet, to explore the internet as it actually is, an unfettered last bastion of real human freedom. And, you know, when you look at other countries like China, for instance, where the internet is very fucking limited, you know, what is somebody supposed to do when the government effectively controls every single fucking aspect of what you can post, what you can browse, and what you can do, right? Especially when they have everyone's shit locked down into a mass surveillance engine like this. You know, in the future, one of the things that also freaks me out is we've already had the government push towards getting rid of things like encryption because in their minds, only criminals or terrorists or bad people. Tony Soprano uses shit like encryption to protect his communications. But encryption is important because it prevents not just the government, but actual criminals from peeking into the communications you have with you and your friends, your family, your wife, your husband, your loved ones, your kids. Conversations that you want to have, knowing, you know, at least with the peace of mind that the conversations you have with your loved ones can't just be read by any random person out there. You know, the FBI, and I was looking at this too, they put in all this...
Oh my god, let's go.
...signal messages lately, especially after the fact that they haven't even done
all
to arrest really anybody in the Epstein class yet. These people and these politicians and these organizations are using the safety of children to push more mass surveillance, more control into your life. And unfortunately, people are fucking letting it happen. And I don't know what the fix around it is, man. Canada is the next country in line federally at this point to push for this kind of crap. And if it's not this political party, it's the other political. They're all fucking...
Let's go, dude.
Tons of bills being passed in the United States, and nobody's addressing the core key concern, is that people are throwing these children up as the sacrificial lamb to basically push for a very nefarious agenda. And look, I think I've talked about this whole situation for months because I consider it to be so important. And the reason I consider it to be so important is, dude, I spent 10 years making content on the internet. Hell, the content that I make is only ever possible because of a free, unfettered internet. The internet, when we are required to give up all of our identification and have every algorithm basically be controlled by the government, the foundation's already laid, makes the next 10, 15 years that much more scary. Every bit of data that we're going to get received in the future, I don't doubt, is going to be filtered through and delivered in a way that is sanitized first and foremost by the groups that lead us. And I know it's conspiratorial to say that, but what other ways than a Nazi? You know? Ladies and gentlemen, like stop, please like, comment, subscribe, dislike it, dislike it. Remember to just keep fighting back, man. And you know what? Maybe the only last bastion here is like a video that I made a week and a half ago where I told you guys stop using it. I showed you guys how to use your own meta search engine that is self-hosted. Maybe that is just the plan. Self-host your own social media, self-host your own communications platform, your own search engines, your own AI models, because the future is very much tied to a place where everything is centralized, everything is controlled, and people's access to information will just be controlled by very few people, very few groups who currently are in power. Some of those people who have allegedly done some of the most horrific things to children and women and men alike, And those people are the ones that have to decide for fucking you, right? Like, just wild, insane world. Ah. Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and in this saga of mass surveillance. And I've been talking about it a lot, but it seems like things are ramping up even faster than I expected. Ladies and gentlemen, Apple decides that they're going to usher in the world of age verification. Yeah, literally baked right into your cell phones. Now, I'm going to be completely real with you. Regardless of if you're an Apple user or, you know, an Android user, right? Like, depending on which operating system you have, you're all pretty much screwed, okay? Literally the best way to handle this, and I'm not even